All right, now I'm going to show you the whole routine the way I do it. There's no audience here, and of course kids will be yelling and screaming, believe me, and pointing at the rabbit and telling you that there's a rabbit there. What I'm going to do is show you the routine the way I do it, except I will be stepping in front of the rabbit during the real routine when I'm with the real audience. I'll be about 3 or 4 or 5 feet in front of the hat, but yet in the same eyesight so that they can still see the hat. You don't want to be too far away from the hat because you want them to actually look at you and the hat at the same time so they see the rabbit coming in and out. I have the rabbit turned on for now. It's all set. I come out and say, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you'll never guess what I just got. A brand new magical top hat. And I set that down on my table and I tell them, you'll never guess what's in the hat. And of course they're going to yell, a rabbit. And I go, no, not a rabbit. Look, there's 2 silk handkerchiefs. Now, again, I'll be forward when I do this. I have a blue one and a red one. And then they yell, there's a rabbit, there's a rabbit. And I turn around and I look, there's no rabbit. Sometimes the ears will stick out a little bit, no big deal. You still don't see it. So the rabbit comes up this time and I'm saying the handkerchief and I look around and again, there's no rabbit. So I tell them, listen, I'm going to take a blue handkerchief and a red handkerchief. I'm going to tie them together and they're going to keep yelling. I say, listen, you guys are yelling and I can't do the trick. And I look, there's no rabbit, of course. Now listen, we're going to do a handkerchief trick with a red one and a blue one, and the kids are yelling and yelling and yelling, and there's no way you're going to be able to talk over it. So I say, listen, I'm going to look one more time, but if there's no rabbit there, and I look around, I see the rabbit, there's a rabbit in the hat. Why didn't you guys tell me that? Hey, I see you down there. Come up here. And what I do is I get rid of the silks. I either put them in a pocket or put them underneath my table. And I say, listen, I'm trying to do a trick here for these people, and you're bugging me. I'm trying to do a silk trick. Do you want to do a trick? Would you like to do a card trick? We're going to do a card trick, you know? I want you to turn away, hide your eyes. All right. Then I walk forward, and then he all of a sudden looks out there, and no peeking, I said. Now, at this point, the program stops, and the program doesn't move until you press that button again, that black button. That'll make the program start all over again. Because what you're going to need now is time to actually go ahead and force a card. All right, so you're going to force a card, and I have them pick a card. Use your favorite method, no big deal. I usually force the 4 hearts. I use the Hindu shuffle. Tell me when to stop. There's your card. Show it around to everybody. I ask the people to show it in case the person forgets the card. All right, so we put it back in the middle of the pack. I give it a quick shuffle just so that it is in the middle so they can see. I ask them if that's their card at the bottom of the pack, at the 2 of diamond. No. Is that at the top? No. Good. So we lost your card someplace in the middle is what I tell them. Then we take the cards, put them back in the box. Now, I usually have a volunteer, usually standing next to me, or I sometimes leave them sit in the audience, but I bring them up on stage too. And then what I'm going to do is tap them on the back. Now, when I tap them on the back, I'm going to put my hand down here while I'm waiting for them to turn around, and I press that button, the black button, and that restarts the program, and it goes into this next part. Excuse me here, Rabbit. Excuse me. Hey, listen. Jim over here, he picked the card, and he showed it to the audience, and we put it back in the pile, and we mixed it up a little bit. We put it back in the box. Do you think you could find this card? You do think you could find this card. Very good. I will put the cards inside. What I want you to do is go down and look for the cards. He's looking, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, he's checking out the card. He's finding. And here, hey, where's the card? Where's the card? You're supposed to find Jim's card. Really? All right, I'll ask. Jim, he wants to know if he can have a carrot. What do you think, audience? You think should we give him a carrot? All right, calm down. All right. I do have a carrot here, 1 carrot. What I need you to do is go ahead, take the carrot, and now go find Jim's card. There you go. Go ahead, take your carrot, go look for the card. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, there he is. He's looking around. I see him now. He's checking it out. He's checking. I see him. Do you see him? Mm-hmm. He's looking through the cards, I think. And here he comes. And, oh, no, wait a minute. What do you have there? That you didn't eat. No more carrots. You didn't eat the greens. You ate the carrot. No more carrots until you find his card. He goes back down. He looks for the cards. And then he's going to come up. Oh no, he's got a handkerchief. He's got a handkerchief. Now wait a minute. Come here. You're not doing the handkerchief trick. I was doing the handkerchief trick. You have to do the card trick. All right. But, oh, geez, he's shooting cards up. Look, was that your card there, Jim? No, that wasn't it? Oh, boy, what a messy rabbit. Oh, geez. No, any of these cards? No? Well, look, here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. What? Hey, what do you got there? What? Oh, yeah? He said he wants another chance. That was a pretty card. He's almost not looking through all the cards. He's going to look one more time, he said. Oh, cards everywhere. Anything? Got anything? Did you find anything? What was your card, by the way, Jim? The Four of Hearts? Hey, how about that? The Four of Hearts. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Four of Hearts. How about that? Hey, let's give our rabbit a nice big round of applause. Go ahead, take a bow. You can do that. They're clapping for you. Sure, there you go. Yep, and over there. Don't forget those guys. Yep. And how about the guys over here on the left side? Okay, good. And yeah, those guys. That's enough now. That's enough. Stop it. Hey, I said stop it. Stop doing that. No, listen, stop. Hey, listen, just wave goodbye, and I'll give you another carrot when you get back, okay? Let's give him a nice big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the rabbit and Jim, our helper. Thank you. So that's the way the routine goes. Although we did change this program a little bit. We have him bringing up the handkerchief after the first cards fly out first. Well, we don't have him come up separately with just the handkerchief. First of all, the cards come flying out, then the handkerchief comes out. That's our little tweak that we just did. We didn't have it time and reprogrammed on this particular one in time to do the video. So that's the way yours will work, though. It will come up after he does all the shooting of the cards 3 times, and then he'll bring up the handkerchief, saying he can't find the card. He would like to do a handkerchief trick instead, and you just say, no, you're doing the card trick. So all you gotta do is talk to the rabbit, learn the routine, learn the timing. It's all timed out. It's very easy. In fact, if you're only standing a few feet away when your back is to him, you could actually see him be right at the corner of your eye. You can see exactly where he is, what he's doing, how he's acting up. That's in case anything happens during the routine, you could at least show them that he found the card, and all you got to do is hit the button when it goes back to blue. It'll go to green, it'll blink, and it'll automatically go to that red. So, emergency mode. So what we're going to do now is show you how we lift the head up, the hands out, and we're going to show you how to load this card. Right down in here, right next to that meter, there is 2 white slits there. You can see them. It's 2 pieces of plastic. And you're going to take your gimmick card with the magnet on the back. You're going to slip that between those 2 white slots, and you're going to push it down, straight down, and it will go down a little bit and push it down. It'll stay there. Now, I'm going to take that out, and I'm going to show you what you're aiming for so you could physically see it. It's very difficult to see in this mode. We're going to take that out and show you where you're aiming that card into. Okay, this is what's inside here that we're looking at. This is where your card goes. There's a slot. Let's see if I can bring it up a little higher here and show you. And you're putting the card in between that slot. So it's a piece of white plastic on either side. And you're going to put it right between that slot. And you have to have the magnet facing back towards the hat, or towards the rabbit's hand that's up against the back right over here. So we're going to put this back in. We'll show you how you push that back in again. And this is what you're aiming for, this slot. And you're going to push it down till it stops. It'll go down maybe about 3/4 of an inch to an inch. Okay, so what we got now is we put it back where it belongs. Again, got to remember that this magnet has to be to the left side in the back towards the rabbit's hand. We're going to take this card, put it between those 2 white pieces of plastic. Now, depending on the model, sometimes that piece of plastic might be down inside there very deep. You want to make sure you got it between the 2 inside pieces of plastic and not the piece of white plastic and the other black part, otherwise it won't lift it up. That mechanism lifts the actual thing up. If you have it on the outside of the mechanism, of course, it's not going to lift it up, and it's going to get stuck there and it won't rise. So now this is actually hooked to the rabbit's hand. That's what happens when he brings it up. We're going to push it down now. And then it won't be connected to his hands. We'll push the hand back in a little bit. It's not going to hurt it. It won't pull up. The magnet's far enough away that it won't pull up. Now the next thing we're going to do is, if you take notice right over in here, there's an arm. I'll pull that arm up first so you can see it a little better. Right in there. And that arm is going to hold the silk with the magnet in it. Again, the magnet has a dot. That dot goes to the outside towards the rabbit's hand. And we're going to take that, we're going to just pull that like this, and we're going to put that in between that little slot. And there is actually, that part up there is magnetic. It will hold it. And then we're going to take this. If you look down the bottom below the card shooter here, there's a little container, a black container. That's where the silk is going to get pushed into. So we're just going to push this arm down all the way, and it would just rest on top of the card shooter. And we're going to push, it's going to be hard to see this right now, but I'm pushing all that silk into that container. So you can see that like that. And this magnet is still hooked on here. That's good. And that's set to go. Okay, now we're going to show you the silks. What we have is a red silk and a blue silk. I put them together like this. Just line them up so that they're all matched. And then I take it and just kind of accordion pleat it. Kind of like that. And then we have to load the silks in underneath his head right here. You just push him down inside that area of his head. And where those cards would go later on, you kind of push the two ends right over here. And then you push his head down. And then his ears you'll push next to the card shooter on the left and right side. Now this silks here you're going to want to have down below the top so you can't see them, but you have to have access to them. Now what's going to happen is when you reach in, and you'll see during the routine, when I reach in and tell them we're going to do a silk trick, what I'm doing is, well, first of all, this has to be on in the on position. You see there's a blue light there, and we're going to go through all this later. And if you do nothing, it defaults right to our routine. So what I'm going to do, now that that red light is set on, is lit up, that means our routine is set to go. So what I do is, when I reach over for the silks, I reach in and I push that black button first, and then you're going to see, if we back up a little bit here, this right hand of the rabbit, when I push that button, he's going to give me the thumbs up by pushing his hand out once. There, and then I reach in and I pull the silks out. Now, so his ears doesn't come out, I kind of keep one hand here. Now, we did it a little too slow there, and the routine started. So let me turn that off, and let me just show you again how we're going to just accordion fold these like this, leave a tail at the end with the other two, and we're going to do this without having him turned on this time. So we'll have the ears down, push down inside there. These silks will be right down below the top so they can't be seen, but they're easy to get to. Now, supposedly this light is red. That means we're on, ready to go. I don't have it on now. I reach in, I push my thumb down on there, and he'll give me the thumbs up. I pull the silks out, just like that. And then I take a step forward, and we'll go through that part of the routine later. Okay, now that we have everything loaded and ready to go, I just want to show you how the carrot catcher works. This carrot is, like I said, made in two separate sections, a top, which is the green part, and the orange part, which is the bottom. We're going to put this in the rabbit's hand, which is magnetic, and we're going to do that later on, but I just want to show you what's going to happen is basically this carrot, when it comes down, it's going to land in here someplace. It's going to pick up to that magnet, and when he lifts up, that part of the carrot stays there, and this green part comes up with his hand. And to remove it, all you do is reach in and pull up and out. Okay, now we're going to show you how to put it in a carrot practice mode. This is one of the programs that's on this rabbit in the hat, and we're going to show you that this carrot has to be put on his hand in a certain area. So we're going to just press, and I'll go over more of this later, how to get into this mode, but we have it in the mode. It's an orange mode. The light is orange, and there's that black button next to the orange light. You hit that, it does the carrot, and you have to have the carrot at an angle like that so that it's at the right angle. So as you can see, it goes down, and then when he comes back up, that part of the carrot stays there, and he ends up holding this part in his hand. Now, when you're done, you just pick this off, reach inside here, take the carrot out, and start over again. So we're going to do that again. Just so watch. This is the way the carrot has to be. We're going to start the mode. It has to be a little bit of an angle, and you have to have it so that the orange part is sticking to his hand, not the green part. And then it goes down. And that's so that everything fits the correct way. And then he'll just stay here now. Now, during the show, you'll have to take that off. He'll face you. Okay, now when we end the carrot mode, practice mode, you pull this off of his hand. Now his hand is straight out. You can't move these hands. They're stuck at that position because the motors, the servos are saying to stay in that position. So to get out of carrot mode, what you need to do is kind of grab him by the back here. Just hold it while you reach inside with your other hand and turn off the switch. Now, he went limp. The arm will stay out there. All you need to do is fold it in like this and let him go back down. And then cover him up like that. So that's the idea, and a way to get his arms in by turning it off. But you have to hold them up at the top to support him, otherwise he'll just fall back inside the hat. Okay, now there's one more thing we have to show you. Well, there's a couple more things we have to show you, but I'm going to just bring this rabbit head up right now. He's turned off at the moment. Now, you're going to need another deck of cards. You need another deck of cards to force the card that you're put inside here that he's going to pick up. That's the card he's going to get. So you got to force that. So you have one deck of cards here to shoot out. That's one deck just for the card fountain. Then this other deck is going to be a deck of cards so that you can have somebody pick a card. You force the 4 of hearts or whatever it is. Mine's the 4 of hearts. You put it back in the box. You mix them up, shuffle them. You put it back in the box. Now what's going to happen is once the rabbit comes up, he's going to face you. And you're going to see the routine in a minute. But you have to take these cards and place them inside the hat. So where are you going to put them? Well, right between the switch here and the motor for the card fountain. You're going to just put them in at an angle this way, hit it up against the switch, tilt it straight and drop it down. And there's a little shelf that it lands on. So that's where that box of cards will stay during the entire routine. Okay? So that's all it is. And to get them back out, you just kind of lift in with your finger and pull them out. The next thing we're going to do here is we're going to show you how to load the cards into our card fountain. There's a wheel right here, a motor. It's on a spring. And you want to take your cards. You don't want to put them in flat like this. That's going to be the hard way. You kind of want to give them a little bit of an angle and just push them right in there and push them straight down. Now the thing is you want to use 52 cards, 54 at the max. You don't want to overload the card shooter because it won't work. If it's back too far, there's not enough pressure, or there's too much pressure at that point and they won't shoot up. I use really cheap cards to do this. I get them at the dollar store. And they're nice and thin. They shoot good. You don't have to worry about spending $3 or $4 on some bicycle cards or whatever you're doing. Or if you have old bicycle cards, you can use those too. The bicycle cards are a little thicker, so it's going to be popped out a little bit more like that. But you don't want to use more than 52 to 54 cards. Okay? So you want to load it in like that. Make sure that everything's down below here. You'll see it once you get your unit. It's hard to see inside this hat because it's very dark, but you can see where the tray is that holds them. And then your silk would just be pushed up against that. take a look inside there. That's what it should look like. And again, this red one here is the little red one there is actually, check that battery again, 7.81. Now the battery itself, each one's going to be different, like I said. And what's going to happen is that you're going to look at your battery. You're going to be able to tell when it's slowing down, especially the card fountain. You'll be able to tell that. Usually it's around 7. Most of these batteries charge up to about 8, 8.2, 8.3 or 4 volts. And when it gets about 7 or 7.5, 7.25, each one's going to be different. I can't tell you that because I don't know how much the batteries hold, or as the batteries get older, they get weaker. So, but you want to make sure that there's a full charge. I've already done this demo at a trade show or at a magic convention, and I did it like 12, 13, 14 times, and I had no problems whatsoever. So those are the different modes that we have. We'll give you an example of what to do there. By the way, if you're going to be doing the card shooting, well, even when you do this during the regular routine with the card fountains, after a while you should change out your cards. They kind of get dirty and grimy, and they don't fly as good because if they're rubbing against each other, they don't fly as high. So you're going to want to change them out every now and then and put new cards in there, and that way they'll fly a lot nicer and higher. I'm thinking that's about it for now. We're going to show you the card fountain, show you how that works. We'll program that, and we'll set that up. So we're going to program it now. We're going to set that's blue, so we're going to go through till we hit light blue. There's green. Okay, now there's red, blue, and light blue. All right, here we go. We're going to turn it this way so you guys can see it. Get ready to hit the button. And the card fountain will shoot up. And that's the card fountain mode right there. How about that? So you get a free card fountain with the rabbit in the hat. That's about it right now. Can't think of anything else I want to tell you guys right now. If there's any questions, you could always email me at tom@tomyurasitsproductions.com.